Good morning and welcome. My name is Jamie Link. I'm the CEO of the World Games Foundation. We are the organizing committee of the 2010 All-Tech FTI World Equestrian Games. Wow, what a crowd this morning. We're really pleased to have everyone here, and we're really pleased to give you a really quick update about our event that's coming up. And there's a little confusion on my part. I'm saying it's 100 days until the games, even though some of the clocks say 99. So I'm still saying 100 because we need that day. So we're glad to have them and all of you here with us this morning. I just wanted to welcome you. Again, we're 100 days away from the largest sporting event in the United States this year, and perhaps the largest event to ever come to the Commonwealth of Kentucky. And to give you a really brief update of our operational undertakings that are beginning right now, I'd like to introduce our Vice President of Operations, Mr. Rob Hinkle.
This will be really brief. I only have about 200 slides to go through. So, no, this will only take a few minutes, just a few slides. What we're doing, ever since we got the bid 4 years ago, you've seen a lot of great facilities being built here at the Horse Park, new facilities, the main stadium, the new indoor. Now begins the time where we start to build all of the temporary structures. So now we get to see the games really start to come alive. We're going to be building over 300 temporary structures this summer. 36,000 temporary seats. Actually, the seats will start arriving next week. 30,000 linear feet of fencing across this property. We have 1,200 acres. And so it's quite a task when you start putting on an event that really goes all the way across property. And of course, the grounds preparation has already begun. We started that quite a few months ago as far as earth being moved, places being flattened. If you go around the park, you're going to see areas where the main hospitality is going to be, that we've flattened certain areas, the media area, and of course new pathways, new roadways. So it's a tremendous undertaking. Just to kind of give you a quick rundown, if you're wanting to know what's going to be happening over the next 3 months, kind of the schedule of build out. Like we said, stadium seating starts now. We'll be erecting that. July, you'll see a lot of the office trailers coming in, Equine Village going up, and in August, a lot of the bigger structures. A lot of these big structures need to be completed really by the end of August because they need to be decorated inside, furniture moved in. So there's a big logistical challenge as far as when these structures get built and when things need to move in, when the electricity needs to be turned on, when the HVAC needs to go on in these buildings. So a lot of logistical work needs to be done as far as the move-in dates. And that was pretty quick, wasn't it? And Jamie and I would love to answer any questions you have. Yes?
How are you handling all of the cars that are, you have parking lots all over town?
We do have parking lots. Whoops. Well, I was going to show you, but I might have gone too far. On the horse park, the campground area, we've got parking there. We've got some property next to the campground we're using as parking. So we've got a lot of parking here. We do have some shuttles we're putting together, but we feel like we can handle a lot of the parking needs right here. We do have the new parking lot over at the indoor. A lot of athletes, operations, staff, volunteers, that type of thing will be parking back in there. Yes?
Are you doing shuttles from different locations?
Shuttles from different locations. We're putting together a hotel shuttle system. And then we've got, of course, the parking out here.
So yep. No more Cold Street parking?
For overflow, possibly. So.
If I could jump in, we were very fortunate to be able to gain some additional property that we hadn't had available to us as early as 6 weeks or 2 months ago. And that's allowed us the very beneficial opportunity to allow people to park on site. So that we feel that's a real advantage for our customers to be able to park here on site, and the transportation plan does accommodate that traffic flow so that people can efficiently get in and actually park on site instead of having to be shuttled. So that, and as Rob mentioned, we still have Coldstream available to us in the event of overflow needs, but we can park several thousands of vehicles here on property.
Has the city embraced the idea of millions of people coming here?
You want to answer that?
Absolutely. I think Mary Quinn's here from the city and the Convention and Visitors Bureau, but I think absolutely Lexington has embraced this event, as has all of Kentucky. I think there's still a great degree of awareness that we're still pushing out to everyone. But people know about it. They may not know everything yet that they need or want to know about it, but they know it's coming, they know it's big, and of course we'd encourage everyone to visit our website, alltechfeigames.com, to gain a greater understanding of the event so that you can better educate yourselves, your families on what's offered, how things are going to, the daily schedule, what's taking place. Because Rob mentioned the Equine Village, you've probably seen the competition schedule, but the Equine Village, we have some of the most world-renowned clinicians and exhibitors that you'll find anywhere, and there's a daily schedule of those events. So I think there's still, with 100 days to go, I'm staying with 100 days, there's still a lot to learn about it. And quite frankly, things are still, even though we've pretty much nailed everything down, there are things that are still evolving just a little bit as we begin to build out. So we'd still encourage everyone to not take anything for granted, to keep checking our website and keep updating yourselves as to what's taking place.
How are ticket sales?
Ticket sales they're okay. I think we're seeing the effects of the economy that everyone's sensing, and I think we're seeing in the tourism industry in general, in the travel industry, that people are waiting later to make their reservations and make their buying decisions. We still anticipate that they will. It's just they're waiting longer. And then you hear about things, the Europeans are heavily engrossed in World Cup right now. So once World Cup's over, they'll turn their attention to the World Games. So we're still very optimistic about our ticket projections. And then we're watching every day and basing our decisions upon that flow.
Are there still hotel rooms to be had? I've heard people say that they wanted to come, but they've been unable to find accommodation.
Well, I think that's a bit of a misnomer. I understand why they're saying that. I think what you're finding, there are hotel rooms available, perhaps not within 3 miles of the horse park or 5 miles of the horse park. There are lots of hotel rooms available in Lexington. I think right now accommodations are in about the 60 to 65% range booked. Now, when you look at rooms, you may have a price point in mind that you're looking to achieve, and you may have to look at surrounding communities. The hotel market is what it is. We work with the hoteliers regularly on their pricing, and a lot of hotels, and with major events, they will have minimum stay requirements, and we're also working with the hotels to start looking at that to allow people that may not need to stay 4 or 5 nights to maybe relax those a little bit so that we can better accommodate their travel needs.
What's the best way for somebody to find a room?
Check our website, and you can go to accommodations, and Shorts Sports and Events is handling our housing bureau, and they will help, and certainly the Lexington Convention and Visitors Bureau would be a great resource as well for finding hotel accommodations. And then for those that might be looking for extended stays or maybe looking for another option, eventHomeLeasing.com is our official private rental agency if you're looking for apartments or townhomes or private homes to rent for the games. Any other questions? Lots of questions. We'll work our way back. Yes, ma'am.
Compared to the numbers that you get for the Rolex, how are you anticipating this?
The Rolex is an awesome event, and if you've ever been to Saturday cross country for Rolex, we anticipate perhaps a bit larger than that, but I certainly don't want to. And there's a factor of how many people can actually fit on the property. It's a huge property. But when you start talking 40,000 people, that's a lot of people, and just the physical movement of people will be its own limiting factor as to how many people can actually get here. But we're anticipating perhaps a bit larger attendance on days like that. But Rolex is a phenomenal event, and again, that's part of the legacy of these games.